Even a worm will turn. Lord Frost savagely criticises EU over trade deal regards NI protocol. The Brexit deal has been savaged for cutting off the Union after a top expert claimed that every day Northern Ireland is being further cut off. The protocol in place in Northern Ireland has been proving to be problematic for the country in terms of its trade. Checks are being used at the Northern Ireland border through the protocol, meaning some portions of trade are impacted negatively by this. Negotiations have been ongoing between the EU and the UK to bring an end to the protocol, with suggestions from the UK that they may be forced to trigger Article 16. Either side of the divide can invoke Article 16 if they feel serious economic, societal or environmental difficulties or the diversion of trade has taken place. But the UK government has been flirting with the idea of this for months, as an agreement between the UK and the EU seems unlikely in recent weeks. Tony McGlean and QC told the High Court how the acts of the Union were subjugated and suspended by the protocol. Mr. McGlennan said, "The suggestion that there's been some shattering of the Union is not sustainable." He added, "This concept of legislation being subject to, or subjugated, is by no means unorthodox. The first premise is unsound because there's been no change to the constitutional status of Northern Ireland." John Larkin QC, for the Unionist group, argued, Her Majesty's government had no power to give a blank cheque to provisions that breach the Act of Union. The concept of suspension, like the accordion of a street musician, goes in and out but is fundamentally at odds with any concept of legal scrutiny. The UK wants the EU to change the agreement to remove barriers to trade between Northern Ireland and Great Britain. The Northern Ireland Protocol was drawn up by Lord Frost and the EU 2 years ago to ensure the border on the island of Ireland remains open. While the government continues to say it could trigger Article 16, Jonathan Ports of King's College London has warned that the EU could use retaliatory measures to damage UK businesses. He said, "What the EU can do to retaliate isn't completely clear, but it can suspend the current equivalence decision on data access, which allows companies to transfer data from the EU to the UK, and that would be pretty damaging to some UK businesses. It could enforce customs procedures more strictly. Within the law there is a degree of discretion on how strict you can be in terms of applying every formality, so they could ramp that up and make life more difficult for British exporters." Jamie Bryson, an author and commentator, has regularly taken aim at the government for their handling of Northern Ireland's Brexit deal. Mr. Bryson had previously written a book entitled Brexit Betrayed, Writings from the Referendum to the Betrayal Act which, according to his Twitter account, argues the betrayal of NI has its roots in the Belfast Agreement and explores how the Brexit deal undermines the sovereignty of the UK. He said, "The position argued by the government was that the Acts of Union was subjugated by the withdrawal agreement. In short form, Northern Ireland is suspended as a full and integral part of the United Kingdom so long as the protocol persists. That is an incredible proposition to be put forward by any government. The Union is the Acts of Union as a legal construct and the government now tell us they have subjugated that core constitutional statute beneath the jackboot of the Union dismantling protocol. The protocol is a missile ripping through the heart of the Union. With every passing day, NI is further cut off from the rest of the United Kingdom. The suspension of NI is causing untold damage. In any event, our forefathers didn't not fight and die in 2 world wars for this country in order to be arbitrarily suspended from the Union in order to placate the insatiable demands of our covetous neighbours in the Republic of Ireland and the increasingly expansive EU empire. It is the duty of every Conservative and Unionist MP to stand up for the Union. End this wicked suspension, enforced by neither justification of democratic consent, of our people." Lady Chief Justice Dame Siobhan Keegan has not yet made a ruling on the dispute currently ongoing in the High Court. She said, "We will provide a ruling as soon as possible."